want to caution the members of the ANC, please no comments. We will now proceed. The President. Honourable Makula.
Honourable Deputy Speaker, South Africa remains steadfast in its commitment of resolving the Russia-Ukraine conflict. We continue to advocate for the inclusion of both parties in initiatives that are aimed at ending the hostilities. We have, as South Africa, consistently urged the parties to engage in negotiations in a spirit of cooperation and compromise. Our government has emphasized the importance of achieving an unconditional ceasefire accompanied by goodwill actions that would be seen as confidence-building measures to facilitate de-escalation.
House Chair.
Honourable President, my apologies. What is your point of order, member?
The first problem, Chair, here is that I raised my hand and then you said to me, I cannot interrupt whilst a member is being removed from the House. I then said to you, no problem, I'm going to wait. And you said you're going to come back to me. And you did not come back to me. And you went back to the President. And that's what you've been doing with other members as well, even on the virtual platform, where you note members, you don't go back to them, and then you say they are in contempt of you, of the House. Or
Honourable Lonzi, I did not recognize you just before
you
President. In fact, I replied to you and you were quite satisfied with the reply that I gave you. Honourable Lonzi, we will now proceed.
House Chair, can you provide us with the list of these members that you are saying were in contempt? Because we have the strong view that your definition of contempt, based on this simple explanation I just gave you, is extremely flawed. And you are very impatient, Chair. I don't know why you are so impatient.
Honourable Lonzi, that is now not a point of order.
Can you please
Honourable Lonzi, if you do know the rules and if you do know the powers and privileges procedure, you will know that a list of names will be attached.
Attached where?
To the charge. So, Honourable Lonzi, that is not a point of order. It is dismissed and we will now proceed. Honourable
Point of order, Chair. You say they are going to be attached to a list of charges. Which charges? Because you still have to refer the matter to the Powers and Privileges Committee.
It will be in that letter to the Speaker.
But they are the ones who formulate charges. You are predetermining the process. Which charges are their names going to be attached to? The charges must be developed by the Powers and Privileges Committee.
That is not a point of order for now.
When you say attached to the charges, you...
Honourable Member, you are now also absolutely disrespecting the presiding officer. There will be a list of names attached to the letter to the Speaker, which might lead to charges. Honourable Lakude.
That's how you should have phrased it.
Thank you very much, Honourable Deputy Speaker. I think we need to be protected as members of Parliament. There are members who pose questions to the President and they are waiting for him to respond. I want you, Honourable Speaker, to invoke Rule 69, which says, I'm reading the sub-rule now, members may not repeatedly undermining the authority of the presiding officer or repeatedly refusing to obey rulings of the presiding officer or repeatedly disrespecting and interrupting the presiding officer while the letter is addressing the House. With this sub-rule, Honourable Deputy Speaker, this is what we have been subjected to as members of Parliament by the two honourable members of the EFF. So we want to be protected. And what I want to put on the table right now is that now is 16:42. 5 o'clock, the President will not go over 5 o'clock to keep on responding to questions. We cut off. Question time is 3 hours. That's all, Honourable Deputy Speaker.
Thank you, Honourable Lakudi. That is what I said a bit earlier, that you are now infringing on the rights of other members who have submitted questions. And you are quite correct, as I've also said, this matter will be referred in terms of Rule 69 to the Speaker for referral to the Powers and Privileges Committee. Honourable President, please proceed.
As you wish, Honourable Deputy Speaker. As I was saying, we continue to call for an unconditional ceasefire, which will help to facilitate the de-escalation of the conflict that is taking place and initiate a genuine process of dialogue and negotiation amongst the parties. And South Africa calls on the parties to adhere to the principles of the United Nations Charter, including the peaceful resolution of conflicts and respect for the sovereignty and territorial integrity of states. We are deeply concerned about the impact of the Russia-Ukraine conflict across many parts of the world. We support initiatives that ensure that food and energy security for African countries is secured or implemented or embarked upon, as well as the safeguard of global supply chains. South Africa will continue to actively participate in all initiatives, including the Africa Peace Initiative that took us to Ukraine and Russia, and also the joint group of Friends of Peace to support a negotiated and peaceful settlement of the conflict. Engagements with the presidents of Russia and Ukraine have occurred and continue to occur on several occasions, both in person as well as via telephone. In-person meetings with President Putin include the Africa Peace Initiative meeting, which took place in the 16th of June in 2023 in St. Petersburg, and a bilateral meeting on the margins of the BRICS summit in Kazan in Russia on the 22nd of October.
Just a quick one, Chair. It's for your
There
assistance.
isn't something like a quick one, Honourable Lonzi. I did not recognise you.
Chair.
What is your point of order?
Oh,
What rule?
it's in a very constructive manner. Can you keep quiet?
Honourable Lonzi.
Chair, the people on the virtual platform are muted, all of them. So can they be unmuted so that they can be able to participate in this session? I'm not disrupting.
Honourable Lonzi.
All of them are muted.
Honourable Lonzi,
including those who are not removed.
Honourable Member, if they are on the platform, they can still raise their hands. They don't have to switch on their microphones. Honourable Beasley.
Thanks, Deputy Speaker. The people deserve better than this Parliament, Speaker. There are so many people unemployed at the moment looking at these people and they're saying this is absolutely chaos. It's chaos. People deserve better. People deserve to hear from the President. He's got valid questions to ask. 500 people are losing their jobs every hour. It is unacceptable.
Thank you, Honourable Beasley. The point is taken. Honourable Member, I'm not going to take any further points.
Deputy Speaker, when he refers to these people, who is he talking about?
Honourable,
he said these people. Who are these people he's talking about?
Honourable Skosana, what is your point?
Yeah, Honourable Speaker, my point is that you have made a ruling several times on this matter. Can you please allow the President to respond and don't entertain any hand that will be raised, either in the House or in the visual platform? Clear that members are raising frivolous points of order just to interrupt the President.
Honourable Skosana, no, I know, and I've ruled on that. But there are members who show absolute contempt for the presiding officer, and that is why they will be referred to the Speaker for referral to the Powers and Privileges Committee. Honourable Paulson, is that if that is not a real point of order, I will also ask you to leave the chamber.
Speaker, with all due respect, Speaker, a point of clarity. The member said these people. I know what these people mean. I know how racists like to refer to black people as these people. So I want him to clarify what these people.
Honourable Paulson, sit down for what? Honourable Paulson, you speak through the Speaker, and I will have to consult the Hansard. So you're not going to go into a discussion or argument with a specific member. It is a point of order that is raised to the presiding officer, and I will then deal with it.